work, but I'm stopping off at my doctor's since my neck surgery, which seemed to work at first. The numbness in my left hand and arm has returned, and recently a lot of the pain and pinching in the shoulder has returned. And at first what I thought was pinching in the inside of my elbow, because that's how it seemed to start. It's just become painful, and I can't lift much weight with my left arm. If I twist my arm to look at my watch, I get a really sharp pain in my inner elbow. Opening and closing the car door, it's incredibly frustrating, but also painful. And I don't know whether I just have a really badly pinched nerve in there, or if I've actually done some damage to the tendon, because it really started hurting when I had to switch the gas bottles over. And I've got a feeling that I might have made a small tear in the tendon or the ligament just near on the inside of my elbow. So I want to ask for some form of scan. X-ray will probably show nothing because it's a soft tissue. So ultrasound, or whether the doctor just says we'll go straight for an MRI. It'll probably be ultrasound first and then see what they say. The numbness in the hand I can kind of bear with, but it makes it incredibly frustrating because I feel like I can't grip stuff. Trying to flick pages, there's just not as much feedback on the fingers when trying to flick through pages of a book or an exam. Or the inner elbow is my biggest concern. The other reason I think it might be tissue related rather than the nerve is, like, right now the nerve in my shoulder and down through here is really quite painful, but I don't have much in the elbow right now. So I might actually see if they can do a scan of my neck too, just to see the state of the nerve pinching or anything like that, because the surgeon said the way they deal with my type of injury, the first one was cortisone injections and painkillers and nerve blockers. So I was doing that and I wasn't doing the job. Next step was the surgery I had, which is where they got in there and they ground the bone out in the spine around the nerves to try and release the pressure on the nerves. And I've got damage all the way down my neck. It did work at first. He focused on the nerves that affect the main sections of my hand, but he said the next step from there is fusion of the spine in my neck, and I'd have to have it, like, I've heard of a lot of people who get fusion of 2 vertebrae or something like that, 2 or 3 vertebrae. He said I'd have to have it done from C2 all the way down to C7, so literally my entire neck, and that would really restrict my neck movement. Like, I don't know how much I'd be able to move my neck from this position, so I don't know how that would affect driving. And I still have quite a few years of work in me, I think, so I don't want anything that's going to sort of stop that. Anyway, I'm thinking far too far ahead. Let's go down and try and get this elbow figured out. Well, popular doctor. I walked in, it's 7:45 now, and asked to see my doctor, and they said 10:45. So basically, seeing somebody now, and then people have already made their appointments from 8 o'clock onwards, because a lot of people come down to this medical centre, and there's a history of turning up crack of dawn, so that when the first member of staff arrives at around 7, you run in and make your appointments. Yes, and you're sort of lined up out front in the early morning, in the early hours of the morning. And so obviously my doctor now has had people book up. Pretty sure it's 15-minute appointments. 8, 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9. There was at least a dozen people ahead. Anyway, I asked what was the latest appointment that she had in the afternoon, which is 3:45, so I'll try and back up and get away. To get here in the afternoon, it's about 25-30 minute drive in the afternoon from work to here. What can you do? At least I'll be at work on time. Change of venue today. The careers advisor invited me to an event that he basically got invited to, and it's for careers advisors and construction teachers at Kingswood TAFE, to show some of their innovations in construction, and highlight some short courses that are free that people can do to get involved in the construction industry, project management, those sort of things, I believe. It goes for the whole day. We've been asked to bring a laptop, and that's about as much as there is to know. It's like, there was a flyer and it had some cool pictures, and it basically said which building in the TAFE it is. Kingswood TAFE is kind of nestled in between two of the campuses of Western Sydney Uni, or University of Western Sydney. I don't know what they go by. They changed their name at one point. Pretty sure it was UWS when I was there years ago. And then they've made it WSU, Western Sydney Uni. But they've got a campus at Kingswood and a campus at Warrington, all part of this kind of the similar thing. And the TAFE and part of Warrington campus touch each other, and the TAFE is across the road from the Kingswood, so it's a pretty big area. But I don't think I've ever actually been to the TAFE. New experience for me. At least I know where it is. Should be a good day. So just to the right here is the uni. So it's Western Sydney Uni now, WSU. Was once upon a time the Sydney Teachers College, and so doesn't look much different from the front from when I went there. Everything around the place has changed. More housing going in and whatnot. And just to the right here is like the University playing fields for the soccer, football, hockey, all of those sort of things, because PE teachers is one of the occupations that they train. And this is the TAFE, and I don't know where the parking is. I came into the right driveway because there's a couple, but the building I need to go to is right at the back. I just got to try and get to the closest car park to that building, which I think is this one. How cool is this? I'm in the car park. The building is just over that way, but look straight ahead on the oval. That's a mob of kangaroos. How cool is that? Just grazing on the old football oval. So that's the building over there that I'm heading to. Building S. Here's the kangaroos. That's a big mob. And that's the highway just over there that goes from Penrith through to Sydney. Not the freeway, but the highway.
Oh, cool.
50 cents let the ground on even, so he does, it's got the, I know what you're thinking, mate, 671 wide on top of that, mate, you're right. These look a little easier, so they don't have the arms, it's not, disturbing them. can we get it to do a backflip? Can it jump up onto it? No, unfortunately not. Technology's not there yet. So hopefully 5-10 years we'll be seeing backflipping dogs. And oh, so the idea is that you put a 3D scanner on it, or any type of gas detection equipment, and you can send it down tunnels or tight spaces, somewhere where you wouldn't want to send a person, or in a situation where it can save a lot of man hours. So, sending it down a tunnel where there could be a potential gas leak, obviously it's safer to send a dog than a person.
Well, that was a lot of fun. A lot of different things to look at. More targeted at our kids, which was the whole idea. And hopefully we can make something of this as a professional connection, I guess. Bandicoots have done a number on my yard. Look at that. Look at this. Look at it all around here. Look at this. Look at this. It's uncovering all the roots of the tree. It's all around here. All these little ones. Those things there. Nope, further up. Up there. Cold, cold, cold. Warm, 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 warm. Warmer. Warmer. Cold. Cold, cold, cold. Cold, cold, cold. Freezing, freezing, freezing. You're nowhere near it, Batman. It's up there. No, it's not down here. It's up there. It's up there. Warmer, 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 warmer. Getting hotter. Hot, 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 hot. There you go. Loads of these little holes. And look at that. It's going all the way down there. And then this big thing is the dirt pile. More there and there. These ones are big. They need to be filled in. That's one. All the little shallow ones just go around and stomp on them like a golf divot. Sort of fixes them. TGIF. It's Friday. Today we're having a jersey day at school. It's a fundraiser. We unfortunately had a student who passed a little over a week ago. Actually no, coming up to 2 weeks ago. Young boy that had an aggressive form of cancer. It was a shock, and the funeral was yesterday, and so a lot of staff and probably students went. He was a rugby league fan, and the school leaders or kids in the SRC said as one last thing they wanted to try and have a fundraiser to raise money for the family. And he got approved, so come to school in your favourite football team's jersey, or a team beanie, because he was right into beanies. And there's going to be some sporting activities and that sort of thing today at school, just to have a kind of a bonding community event as a school community, because it really did rock the school. I had to find my jersey. This was actually something that was given to me by a past student who was also a big Panthers fan. I honestly can't remember how long ago it was, but I was concerned I wasn't going to fit in it. But it fit nice. But I certainly hope, like, the weather has turned today after yesterday's beautiful blue sky all day and warm. Today, it's considerably cooler this morning. It's only 10 degrees here at the moment. When I was coming down the hill, I should say. It's 9 degrees down here. Usually is a bit cooler here because it's in a dip between the mountains and the city. And quite often cold air sinks into it. But my wife said there was forecast for rain in the afternoon, at least up at the house, and the weather travels from there towards here usually. I'm hoping it holds off so that the afternoon's events can go ahead without any issues, because there's meant to be a Teacherverse All-Star Students soccer match in the last session of the day. I'd hate for that to get interrupted, but it should hopefully be a pleasant way to lead into the weekend. Having not been at school yesterday, I don't know how the mood of the school was when everybody returned, because the funeral was in the morning and the school was on like a minimum supervision style roster until staff returned. I don't know what the student numbers were like.